Traffic signs give you important information that helps you obey the law, alert you to dangerous conditions, and help you choose your route. These signs have different symbols, colors, and shapes that make it easy for motorists to recognize them. Here are some of the many signs you'll see along Ontario's roads. The stop sign, octagonal in shape, in white letters on a red background, means that you must completely stop your vehicle at the stop line if it is indicated on the roadway. If there is no stop line, stop at the protected pedestrian crossing. If there is no protected crossing, stop at the edge of the sidewalk. If there is no sidewalk, stop at the edge of the intersection. Wait until the way is clear before entering the intersection. Four-way stop. Some intersections may have signs like this saying, "four-way" or "all-way." This sign simply tells you that traffic arriving at the intersection from all sides must stop. Some intersections only have stop signs on one of the cross streets. When arriving at an intersection, always pay attention to streets that have a stop sign. Who goes first at a four-way stop? If the drivers arrive at different times. If drivers arrive at the intersection at different times, the answer is relatively simple. The driver who arrives first must proceed first, then, other drivers must proceed through the intersection in the order in which they arrived. Playground rules still apply, wait your turn. The driver who arrives first must proceed first. If the drivers arrive at the same time. What happens when several cars arrive at the same time? Which driver should take the first step if you don't know who arrived first? This is a more difficult question, but it has an answer. If two or more cars stop simultaneously at a four-way stop, the rightmost car must go first. If two or more cars stop at a four-way stop at the same time, the car farthest to the right must go first. If the drivers arrive directly in front of each other at the same time. There are also times when neither car is on the right. What happens if two cars face each other? If both cars are going straight, they can cross the intersection at the same time. If one car is going straight and the other is turning, priority goes to the first driver going straight. If both cars plan to turn, the right-turning car should go first, followed by the left-turning car. If two cars are directly facing each other and one car is going straight and the other is turning, the priority goes to the first driver who goes straight. Remember, Arkansas law requires drivers to yield the right-of-way to other motorists if doing so would cause an accident. If another driver stops at the intersection even though you have the right-of-way, give way to them. After all, these driving laws are intended to protect your safety. Don't risk a collision to prove something. The yield sign, triangular in shape, white with a red border, means that you must yield to vehicles in or near the intersection. Stop if necessary and only leave if the way is clear. The speed limit in this area is reduced during school hours. Observe the posted speed limit when the yellow lights are flashing. These signs, placed above the road or at ground level when approaching an intersection, tell motorists the direction they should take. For example, the motorist who is in lane number 1 must turn left, the motorist in lane number 2 must turn left or go straight, the motorist in lane number 3 must turn right. This sign, installed above the road or at carriageway level, indicates that the lane is reserved for vehicles turning left in both directions. This sign, on the rear of public transport buses, reminds us that the law requires that a driver give way to a bus. When the driver of a bus stopped at a stop reserved for buses signals his intention to re-enter the way. Only public transport vehicles such as buses or personal vehicles carrying a specific number of passengers can travel on this lane. Lanes reserved for certain types of vehicles, at all times or at certain times. Different symbols are used depending on the type of vehicle. For example, buses, taxis, vehicles carrying 3 or more people, bicycles. Roundabout. To slow down. Arrows drawn counterclockwise indicate the direction of traffic in the roundabout. Intersection. The arrow indicates priority. The school zone sign, pentagonal in shape and featuring black symbols on a fluorescent yellow/green background, warns you that you are approaching a school zone. Slow down, use extra caution, and watch out for children. No stopping between signs, even for a brief moment. Used in pairs or groups. Parking prohibited between signs, except to pick up or drop off passengers or goods. Used in pairs or groups. Steep turn or curve in the direction indicated by the arrow. The checkerboard border indicates danger. Slow down and be extra careful. Signs placed in groups to guide motorists and help them negotiate steep curves. Presence of a dangerous object near the edge of the roadway. The descending lines indicate the direction to follow to avoid the obstacle. Start of divided carriageways. From this point, traffic is in both directions on separate roads. Keep right. Every road is one way. End of right lane. Motorists in this lane must move carefully into the left lane. Advanced level crossing sign. Watch out for trains. This sign also indicates the angle of the railway in relation to the road.